starts once you just finally start trusting yourself. I mean, when you really think about it, it's a funny thing that happens. It's like, no, the universe doesn't send you a gold star, your bills don't magically get paid, your boss doesn't suddenly become some emotionally intelligent being who is going to treat you with all the respect that you obviously deserve as a human being. And you're still going to get that one person who replies with just the letter K after you've written like a 3-paragraph message to them. And this doesn't happen because life just somehow just gets easier. It's because you stop making your own life harder. Like, when you don't trust yourself, every decision that you make tends to turn into this like full-blown committee meeting. And you're asking your best friends, and you're asking your sister, your brother, you're Googling, then you turn to TikTok and whatever else, random women on the street whose only credentials are like, trust me, bro. Meanwhile, the one person whose opinion never seems to count is your own. You replay conversations like you're studying game film for like Super Bowl or some shit. Was I too sensitive? Was I not sensitive enough? Should I have said something? Should I have stayed quiet? Was that a red flag, or am I just tired? At some point, you're no longer making decisions. What you're doing is hosting auditions for everybody else's opinion on your life. And then you have that shift where you still listen to advice because, contrary to what the internet believes, being confident doesn't mean automatically becoming allergic to feedback, but you stop treating everyone else's opinion as if it's like automatically smarter than your own. You start asking yourself what you think before polling the population of people around you. It's honestly like a revolutionary concept to some people. You begin noticing your instincts instead of arguing with them, and you stop explaining your boundaries like you're standing on trial for a crime of having self-respect. No, Your Honor, Exhibit A clearly shows I simply didn't want to answer work emails after 11 p.m. You also stop acting like every decision that you make requires some kind of unanimous approval from the board of directors of people who don't have to live your life. And one of the biggest surprises is realizing that people who actually trust themselves aren't walking around believing that they're right all the time, because they're not. They just simply accepted that being wrong isn't the end of the world. And that's the difference. People who don't trust themselves, they think one mistake means that they're incompetent forever. Whereas the people who do trust themselves think, well, that was unfortunate. They learn the lesson and then keep it moving. There's something incredibly freeing about knowing you can survive your own mistakes. Suddenly, your decisions don't feel like life or death events. They're just decisions. And as your self-trust grows, other things begin changing too. The red flags become much harder to explain away. Your boundaries stop being negotiations. Rest start feeling like productivity instead of you being lazy. Saying no longer requires like a 12-page apology with citations and references. And one of the unexpected bonuses is that your life just gets quieter. And not because people stop having opinions about you. Trust me, they're gonna keep handing out those for free. Your life gets quieter because you stop carrying everyone else's expectations around like they're a part of your emotional support backpack. You realize that you are allowed to disappoint people who benefit from you constantly abandoning yourself. Because it turns out that's not actually a character flaw. Self-trust rarely arrives with dramatic music playing, and there's no movie montage. There's no wise oracle handing you a scroll that says, congratulations, you now trust yourself. No, it sneaks in. It grows every time you keep a promise to yourself instead of breaking it just to make somebody else comfortable. Every time you honor your boundaries instead of trying to explain them to death. Every time you choose your peace over people's approval. Those tiny moments don't feel impressive while they're happening until one day you notice that you make a decision without asking 15 people what they think, and yeah, your life gets easier. You hear or see a red flag and don't spend 3 weeks trying to repaint it a different color so that it feels better. You trust your gut, and you realize that the voice that you've been searching for all this time was never missing. It wasn't some outside source. It was yours. It was your voice. You just finally stopped interrupting it.